Welcome to Bam Bam Labs.
Hello, my name is Raul. What's your name?
Sudoku.
Yes. And today we're going to talk about 19 tricks how to get your child to try new foods. Many parents find it very difficult to get their children to try new foods. And I had the same problem with my daughter, Chidore, sitting here with me. Children are very cautious. If you would go to an exotic country and you would be offered a cockroach or a scorpion on a skewer, you would be also thinking twice whether to eat it or not.
Tip number 1.
So the first trick is to disclose your caring and non-sinister motives. This sounds like obvious thing, but it's actually important for them to know that clearly. Look them deep in the eye and tell them in a calm and friendly way that you are not trying to manipulate them or trick them. The reason you want them to try new things is because you care about them. Tasting the food is not the same like eating the food. The purpose of tasting food is to try to find out how the food feels like, not to fill your belly. Talk to them about the connection between the health and the food. If you want to grow tall, bigger, and beautiful, you need to eat many different foods, like eating a rainbow. If your child is interested in cooking, tell them that the real chef has to know how the different food items taste like in order to create their own recipes and make food yummy.
Tip number 2.
The second trick is to try natural tastes and use minimal seasoning. Children are not yet addicted to salt, sugar, and other food additives. Their palate is different from ours. So even the food might taste tasteless for us, it might be very yummy and tasty for our children.
Tip number 3.
The third trick is to rename the new food similar to the foods they already like. So for example, if your child likes hot dogs, you can cut the carrot into shape of hot dog, boil it slightly, saying that this is a rabbit's hot dog. Throwing those parallels makes them less cautious about the food, so that makes it easier for them to try it.
Tip number 4.
Trick number 4, try to use reverse psychology. If you want to introduce a new food, prepare it, put it on a table, and tell them, do not eat this. Turn your back and see what happens. It's very likely that they are trying to sneak and take a bite when you're not looking.
Tip number 5.
Trick number 5, let your child play with food. Let them smell it, let them touch it, let them lick it, and only then maybe they are ready to take a bite, because it takes time for them to get familiar with the new, unknown, strange substance.
Tip number 6.
Trick number 6, create food shortage. If you introduce new food, offer small, tiny quantities to make a child feel they are not forced to eat too much. This makes them feel safe and allows them to comprehend new food, makes them more willing to experiment. Okay? What do you think?
Yeah. Tip number 7.
Tip number 7, keep all the food items separated, because children are so cautious eaters, they are really paranoid when they cannot recognize anything. If you serve a salad, keep all the components separated and let them eat them individually. Even if you mix up food items that they already like with the new food items, it might actually backfire and they would build a negative disposition on the new food item.
Tip number 8.
Tip number 8, use simple form factor. Why do most children like pasta, meatballs, french fries, sausages and cutlets? Because of their simple form factor. Children hate messy foods. Try creating veggie balls, sausages, patties, and sticks that have simple, familiar, and approachable form factor. This allows you to pack multiple useful veggies into a single food item. And be smart. Create a large batch, freeze it, and use them later.
Tip number 9.
Tip number 9. Let your child pick up their own eating tools. This is one of the places they can exercise their free will. Take them to the shop and let them pick up their own plate, spoon, knife, and fork, and other utensils. The important thing is that they have picked it up themselves. This will create a positive emotional trigger every time they sit on a table to eat.
Tip number 10.
Tip number 10. Let your child understand where their food is coming from. Food is a mysterious thing for a child. Show them how the food is grown and how it's prepared firsthand. And let them take part of those activities directly. Show them the magic of the nature, how all fruits and vegetables start off as a tiny seed. Let them get their hands dirty and take part in this beautiful process. Take them to the kitchen and show how you prepare the food, how you cut the food, and how you cook the food.
Tip number 11.
Tip number 11. Present the food in a fun way. People eat with the eyes, so does your child. When you might like your food to look artistic and fancy, your child most likely likes it to be simple and fun. You like food look fun? Yeah. Instead of putting a pile of peas on a plate, try to make a funny cartoon face out of them. Cut the carrot into small sticks and build a tower of them.
Tip number 12.
Tip number 12. Stop repeating yourself. It's really hard to resist when your child is looking with a cute face and saying, "Mommy, I want to eat pasta." Stand your ground. Teach them that food is something that changes every day. and they need to learn to accept it. Make a strict rule in your family to never serve a food item 2 days in a row. The only thing consistent in the menu should be the water. This will help them to be ready and expecting to change and not cling to a single food item.
Tip number 13.
Tip number 13. Play a food describing game. Tell them they need to guess what something tastes like. Once they're blindfolded, give them a tiny bite of the new food. Ask them to describe the food with guided questions. Is it cold or hot? Is it soft or crunchy? Sour, salty or sweet? What does it remind them of? Don't force them to eat the same food after the game is finished. That might make them feel tricked and they want to play this game anymore.
Tip number 14.
Tip number 14. Let them fill their own plate. Your child wants to exercise their free will and make their own decisions. Filling the plate with a mountain of food can make them feel obligated and intimidated. Give them an empty plate and a spoon. Let them put whatever they like on the plate from the food available on the table. This makes them feel in control and they're more likely to eat new foods.
Tip number 15.
Tip number 15. Teach them that refusing to eat means hunger. Many parents are very worried about children not eating and follow them around with a spoon. This causes a situation that if a child refuses to eat at the mealtime, they will just be filled with snacks. And this will never allow a child to learn what the hunger is and how it's connected with eating. So it's very important to let them experience that. If they refuse to eat, let them be hungry. Let them wait until the next mealtime. It seems harsh, but having experienced the consequences of refusing the food is an important lesson every human being needs to learn.
Tip number 16.
Tip number 16. Take the first bite and make it look irresistible. Show that the food is not poisoned and make it sound like something that they want to miss. Describe the food while you're eating it. How it feels in your mouth. Is it crunchy? Is it soft? Is it creamy? Sharing food with the parent is a strong motivator as well because it creates inclusion.
Tip number 17.
Tip number 17. Give them a choice while you are defining the choices. There is nothing more that kids want to make decisions for themselves and exercise their free will. But the problem is if you would give them total freedom, they would always go for pasta and pizza and french fries. So in order to avoid that, you can define the choices. So when the choices are pumpkin, sweet potato and broccoli, then it's still going to be their choice while it's going to be a healthy choice. That's a win-win because you're empowering them. At the same time, you can control the health and expand their culinary horizons.
Tip number 18.
Tip number 18. Eat out of the house because travel excitement and huge sensory stimulation will suppress their cautiousness and the need for control. Go for a picnic or go out of the house. Just drive around with the car.
Tip number 19.
Tip number 19. Create inclusion and avoid separation. Children don't like to be treated like a baby. They want to be treated like adults. So give them that. They are more likely to try new foods. It makes a huge difference for them if you're treating them same as the rest of the family, right? Do not be treated like everyone else. Avoid chasing them around with a spoon. This makes them feel embarrassed and creates food-related stress that in time can become eating disorder. Don't hold exclusive eating sessions with your child. Make sure your child has their own chair, permanent place at the table, favorite fork and spoon, and complete freedom to choose what and how much they eat, same like every other member of your family. Children are naturally inclined to imitate adults around them, so just lead by example. That's it.
Thank you for watching our video.
We hope you enjoyed this video and those tips are useful for you to get your kids eat more healthier foods. If you like this video,
Keep them up and subscribe below.
new food item can actually backfire because
People wanna see me?
yeah, people want to see you. Show yourself. Yeah.
Huh?
I love you.
I love you.
Mix up